Hey guys, Noah here, coming at you with another video, and again, sorry, my camera's not as it is because my computer's down there. But again, I mean, after the game yesterday, I'm not really gonna go into detail in the game. We lost 5-2. Yeah, I believe Canada got 3 goals, and they were playing Canada, by the way. They got 3 goals, we scored two, they scored two, and then 5-2. That was playing the Canadian Tire Center in Ottawa, Ontario. So yeah, I mean, whatever, move on. But this video is not really gonna be about that. It's gonna be about the September 11th attacks. Um, yeah. So I'll go into detail about that. So we were a nation. People never even heard of terrorism. Like, I mean, basically before that, I mean, we had the World Trade Center bombing, which after that, in my opinion, they should have boosted up security after that, but they weren't thinking about that because they really meant to collapse the buildings, but they just destroyed the garage, basically the World Trade Center garage. And then after that was the Oklahoma City bombing, and in my opinion, after that, that's when terrorism, they knew something was going to happen in the near future. So yeah, so let's go into detail about the attacks. I believe at I believe it was in Maine. Yeah, I think it's somewhere in Maine. The hijackers got on a plane. They flew to Boston. Yeah, they stayed in Boston or whatever. I don't know. And then once they were in Boston, they boarded American 11, hijacked that plane, and I believe at 8:46 a.m. they crashed it into the North Tower of the World Trade Center, the Twin Towers. Yeah, and I believe there's only one video on that, one clear footage of the plane hitting the North Tower. There were some guys that recorded it. It was about the New York firefighters, and at that moment they actually that was when the plane hit. That camera is actually in the Smithsonian Museum in Washington D.C. right now. So if you guys are around there, you could check it out if you want. But okay, 15 minutes late. Everybody thought it was by accident. But I mean, there's some smart people out there saying it's a clear day, that it's basically impossible for a plane to hit a tower and it's right in your face on a clear day. So then 15 minutes after that, whatever, 15 minutes, 17 minutes, the United 175, and by the way, both planes were from Boston, originally going to Los Angeles, LAX, I believe. Yeah, so a 903 United 175 struck the South Tower, and then at that moment, everybody thought it was terrorism. Yeah, so I mean, the firefighters tried their best to get everybody out, but unfortunately they couldn't. And gosh, it's so sad, depressing. I mean, I don't even know how those families even felt for people that lost family members. I actually, some I believe my uncle's friend or something like that. Her sister died in the one of the towers, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, and somebody my mom went to college with died in that, so it was very depressing. Yep. So then at 9:37, American 77, originally from Dulles going to Los Angeles, LAX crashed into the Pentagon at 9:37 a.m. and at that moment, everybody was evacuated. President George Bush Jr. was evacuated. Really, I mean, well, I mean, he was in Florida at that time, so probably he was reading stories to kids, but he was probably evacuated from there. I mean, wonder how he felt. I mean, probably felt terrible. And then I believe at 10:03 a.m. a plane hit the United 93 hit the in a field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, and that was originally going to hit the White House or the what's it called, the Capitol building. But I'm not sure if the terrorists knew George Bush was in Florida at that time. I mean, they probably did. They probably didn't. Who knows? But some brave Americans on that plane took out them, and then they crashed it. I mean, I think somebody was able to fly it back. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, somebody said there's like, watching this documentary, somebody said there's like a guy on board that knew how to fly it, but I really don't know how he could safely land it. I mean, and there wasn't like any like rivers near there, because what happened, I believe, like in 2009, I believe, like Sully, there's actually a movie on that. The geese unfortunately flew into the propellers and crashed the engines, and then they flew into the Hudson, and everybody survived. See, there wasn't there wasn't any river. If they, I mean, they probably could have maybe crashed into like the river, and then they could possibly like, get everybody out and then swim to like land. But fortunately, that didn't happen. They crashed into Shanksville, and that plane was originally going to. It was from Newark, going to San Francisco, and I'm just being honest. I think that plane took off 3 minutes before the first plane hit the North Tower. So I guarantee that actually could have changed everything if it maybe just took off even like 5 minutes after. Well, not 5 minutes, maybe like 15, 20 minutes after. That could have changed everything, but it was delayed also. So yeah, and this video is going out to everybody who lost lives other than the terrorists in 9/11 and their families, and again, other than the terrorist families that could stop it. But yeah, so again, this is also for the firefighters. Thank you for risking your lives, and this is for the Army too. Thank you for defending us, and we all appreciate it, and thank you very much. We will never forget. Thank you.